Welcome to Honest Information for Powerful Lives. Today, I want to talk to you about confusion. I've had a lot of people ask me, I don't understand. Used to, I was so confident about things, and now I'm just confused. And is it all the newscasters, or is it the stuff that I read, or whatever? I'm going to help you solve the problem of confusion today. Okay? Confusion can make you weak because you don't really know what you think, and so your ideas, your creativity may go in the wrong direction because you aren't really sure what the truth is. So the way I get to truth is by putting my mind on paper. No, you don't have to write a book. You don't have to take your brain out and set it on paper. That's not what I'm talking about. But you do need to get your ideas into a form to where you can see them, as well as in your head rolling around, just driving you crazy all the time. And I'm the kind of person that if I get a problem, if someone comes to me and says, this is my problem, how do I solve it? I do that. I toss it around in my head and I think, well, maybe they could do this. Well, maybe they could do that. Well, how is it being caused? And I feel like I'm just constantly in a fog until I found the greatest tool ever, which some of you may already know about for business or for school or for whatever. It's called a mind map. And basically, all it does is it tells you to take pieces of what you're thinking about and put it on paper so you can see a picture of the whole problem. I came up with this when I had a person call me and say, my kid's just throwing temper tantrums all the time. I'm spanking this kid all the time. I don't know what to do. We're both just out of control. So it was a drive to go to his house and see him and get a mental picture myself of what was going on. And before I had time to take that drive, I thought, how can I let him see what I see? And I remembered the mind mapping for school. And I sat down and started mind mapping temper tantrums. And I came up with, I think it was 120 reasons for a kid to throw a temper tantrum. And it was a reason that did not involve breaking a rule. Wow. All kinds of reasons that kids can have for just having a complete meltdown. And if you're not handling the reason on this map as to why they're having a meltdown, if you're not handling their main reason, then the temper tantrums never stop. So doing a mind map is a way to get focused on the problem and a way to eliminate confusion, because confusion keeps you in the dark. You can't really solve the problem because you're nervous, you're afraid. Do I have all the facts? Is there any possible way I can come up with an answer to these facts? And when you can't see it, you can't fix it. When it's a bunch of jumbled mess in your brain, you can't fix it. It's kind of like when we're camping, we check the weather every day. Can we do anything about the weather? No. Is it going to come regardless of us checking it? Yes. But it helps us to be prepared so that we know what we need to have in the camper or how we're going to go out and do what we want to do. It just gives us a level of preparation to handle whatever's going to be thrown at us. Well, if you take the problems that you have, mind maps pull you out of confusion and they organize your problem for you. Then you can see what needs to be done. So I'm going to real quick, and that's what most of these videos are made out of. I sit down and I do a mind map and I map it out. Okay, what do I want to talk about? Oh, I want to remember this. And then I talk to you about it. But you should be doing it too. Then you won't be confused. So everyone's talking about how bad America is right now and what kind of trouble we're in. Well, the first thing to do is to do a mind map. I am doing a book like I've told you before. I hope it will be ready soon. The bones are done. I'm just kind of filling it in. 200 reasons for violence in America. And none of them are about the weapons. No weapons included. It's just the reasons we're having the violence. And I found those 200 reasons by doing a mind map. By saying, what would cause a person to be violent? Well, this might cause it. Oh, well, if that's in place, then this might cause it, or this might cause it. And it came up with 200 reasons. So this is just very simple, but here's what you do. Draw a circle and put your problem name within the circle. And then you start asking questions. Okay, we have a problem in America. What's one of the problems? Well, I think the first one I put down was violence. Well, if I was doing this big enough and had a big enough piece of paper so I got all of my reasons, there would be a line here, go to 200 reasons for violence. There would be another line over here that we're actually allowing the violence to happen. And I would extend that in many, many ways. So what I put was violence, then I put parenting. Like I said in one of my other videos, we need to grow better people. Well, we need parents to do that with discipline, and we need to watch out for the schools. And all of us know all the different lines that could come off of that. In fact, maybe schools should be one of the bigger lines. And then there's faith. A lot of people have lost their faith in this country. And better people will want to know, where does my honor, my life, everything come from? And usually that leads them to be a faith-based person. Then there's employment. That has a lot to do with what's going on in America. And here's the biggie. We get so many lies told to us by politicians, by teachers, by friends, by newspapers, by the media. It just goes on and on. So my first thing on lies is I want to ask, is there such a thing as absolute truth? Because if there is, I need to know how to find that, because that will stop the lies if we know absolute truth. Then I put down societal norms. What is our worldview? What about personal responsibility? What about patriotism? And then better people, like I talked about before. Well, if we continued using this map, if you were going to do it for yourself, say your problem that you put, here's my job. Well, you might want to list people or what you have to do or the time or the gas to get there or whatever is causing maybe your discomfort with your job. And off of that will be shoots like this, and then there may be shoots off of that and shoots this way. And it just keeps going as you discover all the little tentacles that make up the one major problem. If you do this for any problem that you're confused about, you'll find the answers. Your brain will help you. And the wonderful thing, okay, if you're going to learn something, you know how you do it? You read it, you write it down, you repeat it, you draw a picture of it, and you repeat. Read it, write it. Read it, write it, say it, draw it, and then repeat. That's the order that it goes in. So read it, write it, draw it, say it, and repeat. And when you do those things, it is just going deeper and deeper into your brain. So this is part of writing it. Don't just keep saying, well, I have a problem with America. What's your problem? Write it out. Read over it. Talk about it with friends. Let them give you ideas on shoots to go off of it. And all of a sudden, your brain starts letting it go and let your ideas flow into the map. You can kind of rest a little bit as you come up with new ideas. And then you can see the problem just like it is. And the next map you draw will be, what is the solution? And you can draw the same kind of map to come up with solutions that work. And that's cool, isn't it? I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you will listen as we go through every area of life, looking for problems and solving them. That's what we want to do. I hope you'll come back. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on my website. I'd love to hear from you in a comment. Tell others about it and look for my books because more and more are coming. God bless you and keep you, and don't stay in confusion. Get out there and make it a great life, your life.